coming up on BG24 News. It was a weekend of endless dancing and fundraising. We have an inside look at one of the biggest events of the year.
Plus, Bowling Green gives its State of the City address.
And students become directors in a local film festival.
We'll also take a look at your full Black Swamp weather forecast. Welcome to your Campus and Community Connection.
Live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alana Nessel.
And I'm Brooke Ebersole. Thanks for joining us tonight. Last weekend, BGSU hosted Ziggy-thon, better known as Dance Marathon. The 32-hour event raised over $341,000 for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital, and BG24 was there covering the event live. Team Morale Captain Sydney Brooks joins us in the studio. Sydney, what was Dance Marathon like this year? What was the energy like? What was standing for 32 hours like?
I think that the energy was so high this year because it was our 20th year being able to be on VG's campus. It was definitely like a really big year for us. We ended up raising over $341,000, so it was the biggest fundraising event we've ever held.
So, and you are a morale captain for the red team, correct?
I am.
What is the difference between a morale captain and just a regular dancer in Dance Marathon?
A morale captain is actually a core committee position, so you are in charge of keeping the morale up with the dancers. So each morale captain gets the chance to have their own team and really make sure that they're pumped up throughout the entire event for the rave and really getting the chance to make the most of the Dance Marathon experience.
And then, did you get to spend much time with any of the Miracle Children? Did you have a favorite Miracle Child this year, or?
I spent way more time with the Miracle Children this year than I have in past years. I got the chance to become really close to a Miracle Child named Reagan, and she was kind of my main focus on the whole event. She was the one that inspired me through the whole thing, and she actually gave me a small rubber band bracelet, something so simple, but it kind of pushed me through the end and really made me realize what I was doing for the kids and gave me that kind of final push to really get to the end.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I know a lot of students have seen the Dance Marathon kids wearing the shirt that you actually have on, the Comma Club shirt. Can you kind of explain to me how you got that shirt? What's the significance of that?
Yeah, the Comma Club is actually for any student, really anybody that raises over $1,000. So they got the chance to get one of these shirts, and the Miracle Children passed them out to them. So it kind of made that small connection between the Miracle Children and the people that raise so much money for Dance Marathon as an organization, and specifically Mercy St. Vincent's Hospital.
And then one last question for you, Sydney. Can you quickly identify for me what your favorite part of this year's Dance Marathon was?
My favorite part of this year's Dance Marathon was probably the very end, the wristband cutting ceremony, because it's such a emotional time for all the dancers and all the Miracle Children to kind of make that final connection and really kick it out with a bang. So,
awesome. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Sydney.
You're very welcome.
And we're here with Taylor Irvin for your first look at your Black Swamp weather forecast. Taylor?
Thanks. Right now, BG is experiencing 55 degrees. Partly cloudy Tuesday afternoon. No chance of precipitation. Kind of getting a break away from our recent rainstorms, but we are experiencing some strong winds going southwest at 36 miles per hour. Once again, clear skies, sunshine, no chance of precipitation, and let's find out if our week will continue like that later on with the extended forecast.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. The Jerome Library on campus has two new databases. IBIS World and Statista are currently running as trials. The databases are used by the College of Business. They provide information on industry, supply and demand, and other activities.
Bowling Green's State of the City address is about to be delivered. The city's Chamber of Commerce presents the address Thursday in the Wood County Public Library. Mayor Richard Edwards and representatives for the university will speak. The event starts at 8 a.m. and it's free and open to the public.
A street in Bowling Green will close tomorrow. Drivers will not have access to North Prospect Street between Pike and Ridge Street. City crews will be doing tree work. The closure will last from 7 until 3:30. Parking on the street is not allowed during this time. All work is weather permitting.
A survey on fair housing is making its way around Bowling Green. The Analysis of Impediments to Fair Housing Choice is a study required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The goal of the survey is to identify whether housing discrimination is taking place in BG. Those living within the city limits are asked to take the survey. The survey can be found on surveymonkey.com.
Well, coming up when we return, BGSU opens a new flight center.
Plus, a student at Bowling Green High School was arrested. Details ahead. BGSU prepares to take flight. The University Aviation Program opened its new flight center last Friday. The new flight center features 2 classrooms and a new hangar that will fit all 6 of the program's planes. Flight instructor Justin Harden is excited about the new facility.
It's a great opportunity for this flight center. I've been here for, about 6 months now as an instructor, and I also did 4 years here, and all 4 years was in the old building. And seeing this new building, all the new future students are going to have a great opportunity.
The flight center officially opens on May 11th.
Police arrested a Bowling Green High School student for texting a bomb threat. It happened last Thursday. A tutor caught the student texting another student asking for help blowing up the school. Authorities took the 14-year-old to Juvenile Detention Center.
In other news concerning BG schools, the schools recently saved over $2 million in interest. This comes after a refund from bonds. The bonds paid the construction costs of the new middle school and performing arts center. That construction was completed last week.
A man was assaulted in downtown Bowling Green. The incident occurred Saturday morning at the attic on Main Street. A man demanded money from the victim, and when he refused, he assaulted him. He was taken to jail on a felony charge and held without bond. The victim sustained minor injuries.
2 people in Bowling Green were arrested due to shoplifting over the weekend. The first incident occurred in Kroger on Friday evening. A woman was caught attempting to shoplift beer. The second incident occurred in Walmart on Saturday afternoon. A man attempted to steal clothing and other merchandise.
Still to come, a car crash in Perrysburg left 3 injured.
Plus, we'll have your full Black Swamp weather forecast. Stay with us.
Live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp Weather.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and this is your Black Swamp weather forecast. We're experiencing a partly cloudy Tuesday. Temperatures are in the mid-50s. We have some very strong wind going 36 miles per hour southwest with 0% chance of precipitation. Tonight, we might experience a chance of rain, 20% chance of precipitation. Temperatures will decrease to 46 degrees and winds do slow down 8 miles per hour southwest. Tomorrow, temperatures will be 45 degrees. We're going to be in the mid-40s. Strong winds once again going west at 21 miles per hour with a 20% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow night, we don't see much change. Temperatures decrease slightly to 38 degrees. Winds decrease much miles per hour, 6 miles per hour going west with 1% chance of precipitation. So no snow or rain in sight for tomorrow night. Our Midwest cities are experiencing temperatures in the mid to high 50s. We have Toledo, Swanton, and Wauseon with the temperature low of 54 degrees, and Sandusky with the temperature high of 58 degrees. Might not be a bad day to head to Cedar Point. Our regional radar is showing spots of precipitation. This may be the reason for our recent variety of rainstorms that we might experience and we have experienced recently. Our national radar shows a low pressure system towards the east. We see a lot of rain and precipitation around here. Our western side is experiencing a lot of dryness. Some rain towards California, but a high pressure system, meaning they don't have a lot of rain or snow. They're experiencing very dry temperatures. Our 5-day forecast is experiencing sun and clouds Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday between 0 and 10% chance of precipitation, so not a big chance of rain or snow. Saturday, however, we see 70% chance of precipitation with some rain. But Sunday, that'll all clear up, 0% chance of precipitation on Sunday with a high of 60 and a low of 37.
Well, boy, Taylor, I don't want to say that 50s feel cold, but after all the 70-degree weather we had, that feels a little bit brisk out there.
I agree, Brooke. We got totally spoiled by the 70 degrees, but spring is slowly but surely making its way in. We do have some rain, but you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers.
That's
right,
absolutely
exactly.
Right. Well, thanks, Taylor. A Perrysburg man was indicted last week. Henry Bond was indicted on 2 counts of felonious assault. Each of the counts are second-degree felonies. Bond is accused of shooting his stepdaughter in the leg back in April. The incident was the result of a family dispute.
3 people were injured in a crash in Perrysburg. The incident occurred last week on Route 25. One of the drivers failed to properly stop at a stop sign and struck another vehicle. The 3 people involved in the crash were taken to St. Luke's Hospital in Maumee for minor injuries. The driver was cited for failure to yield a right-of-way.
In other Perrysburg news, the city is reminding residents to remove their brush. Now that the city's brush pickup is over, residents are required to move any item that remains on their curb. All brush must be removed by April 29th. Those left with brush will face a minimum fine of $100.
Toby Fleming joins us now for a look at campus and community sports. Toby?
Thanks, Alana. Coming up on BG24 Sports today, baseball and softball are currently taking the field. I have updates from the Diamond. Plus, men's basketball has a new head coach. We will hear from him. All this and more coming up next.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Good evening and welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Toby Fleming. The BG baseball team is taking on Youngstown State on the road today for a non-conference matchup. The Falcons currently hold a record of 14-20, while the Penguins are 10-24. BG is coming off a 2-1 series win against Western Michigan over the weekend. First pitch was set for 5:30 p.m. today. The game is currently in the bottom of the first, with BG holding a 1-0 lead. Moving on to softball, the BG softball team is hosting a doubleheader against Indiana Purdue University Fort Wayne today. The Falcons hold a record of 14-23, while the Mastodons are 3-37. The first game is just over and BG won 9-7. The game was tied at 6-6 until the bottom of the fifth when BG took the lead. The second game is set to start momentarily. BGSU Athletic Director Chris Kingston announced the new men's basketball head coach last week. Former Falcon Michael Huger is the 17th head coach for the BG men's basketball program. Huger spent the last 4 years as an assistant coach at Miami under his former BG coach Jim Laranga. Overall, Huger brings 10 years of collegiate basketball coaching experience with him. Huger says his goal is to lead BG back to the NCAA tournament.
Our goal now is to win a MAC championship. We want to be the first team to get back to the NCAA tournament since 1968. It's a long time. It was something I didn't get a chance to enjoy as a player, but as a coach, been there several times. At George Mason, we were there. At Miami, we were there. It's a great feeling, and I want you guys to experience that feeling as a player. Because as a coach, words can't describe that. So I know as a player, you guys will love it. So definitely we want you on that journey with us.
I expect to do greater things than last year. I mean, we have a good team coming back and a great coach, so I have high hopes and expectations for us.
We have the pieces to win. I know we have that, and I'm excited about his style of play and him being a point guard as a coach and me being a point guard. I'm looking forward to that.
Huger was signed to a 6-year contract at BG. His contract is worth $325,000 per year. 5 BG women's basketball players were named to the All-Academic Mid-American Conference team today. Seniors Erica Fullenkamp and Deborah Hoekstra, junior Miriam Justinger, sophomore Rachel Konietzki, and freshman Kennedy Kirkpatrick are among the 29 players chosen for the team. The 5 players from BGSU were the most of any of the MAC schools. Fullenkamp and Hoekstra are 2 of the 3 players in the MAC to have a 4.0 GPA. To be eligible for the team, players have to have at least a 3.2 GPA and have participated in at least 50% of the games. The BG golf team announced the signing of a new player for the upcoming season. Pablo Heredia will make the journey from Sevilla in Spain to join the Falcons in the fall of 2015. Heredia has posted a stroke average of 74.39 over a total of 84 rounds of play in the last 2 years. Head coach Kevin Farrell says Heredia is one of the strongest golf recruits BG has ever had. Moving on to the athletes of the week. Baseball player Zach Carey and track and field athlete Brittany Sinclair are the Pizza Hut Athletes of the Week for the 2nd time in a row. Carey pitched a complete game on Saturday, leading the Falcons to a 1-0 win over Western Michigan in Game 2 of Saturday's doubleheader. Sinclair broke the school record in the 400 hurdles with a time of 58.97 seconds. She also ran a personal best in the 400 over the weekend with a time of 55.51 seconds. And that's all I have for BG24 Sports tonight. Follow us at BG24 Sports now on Twitter for breaking news and scores. And follow us on Instagram at BG24 Sports. I'm Toby Fleming and we'll be right back.
The BGSU Film Festival was this past weekend. Reporter Amy Steigerwald tells us about the student films that were screened.
BGSU featured its film students in a 48-hour film festival this past weekend. Student films were screened and their student directors got the chance to experience a live audience. BG Reel Productions president Desiree Holton says the film festival has changed spearheads and titles over the years, but is still over a decade old.
It's difficult to answer how many years that the festival has been going on because the festival has gone through name changes throughout its history. So we have tracked back the history of this festival to approximately 15 years with all the different name changes and variations that the festival had throughout the years.
6 different categories were featured in the festival: narrative drama, horror, comedy, experimental, documentary, and music video. The student films were judged throughout the weekend.
Those films are screened in front of 3 judges from outside of the university who will be giving their scores based on stuff like cinematography, acting, and a lot of different technical elements as well as creative elements.
Holton says this is a great way for students to have professionals outside the university view their work.
So to get fresh eyes on our students' work is really important and very valuable for them as they move forward with those critiques.
Student director and officer Connor Dedick enjoyed his behind-the-scenes look this year while also presenting one of his films.
It's just been really cool to see all the student work that kind of goes on that you don't really hear about outside of classes, and like also get a chance to get your work shown to like some actual judges from outside of the school as well.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Amy Steigerwald.
To view the winners of this year's film festival, visit the BGSU website.
Well, we're going to take a look at your last look at the Black Swamp weather forecast. Taylor, what's this week looking like for us and then into the weekend?
Well, the rest of this week is looking pretty sunny and cloudy. We have little to no chances of precipitation. That means rain or snow. Temperatures will be in the high 40s and the low 50s. Saturday, however, we'll start our weekend off with some rain, 70% chance of precipitation. However, Sunday, it'll be nice and clear. Temperatures will rise to 60 degrees, which will be the high of the rest of the week. And the low will be tomorrow with 48 degrees.
Well, not too bad weather for tonight for all the people that'll be waiting outside the Stroh Center for Nick Jonas.
Yeah, I know some people, someone told me earlier that the girls were waiting outside for like 12 hours, like skipped their classes, camped out, people were taking
to get tickets. Right?
Well, they get tickets and just because it's general admission.
Wow. Oh,
so
wow.
it's going to be
close to the stage.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how many people go, but it's exciting to have someone like him here.
Yeah, and make sure you tune into our Thursday news show at 5:30 where we'll have coverage on Nick Jonas's event tonight. And weather looking good this weekend for sports, Toby?
Well, unfortunately not. I mean, 70% chance of rain for Saturday.
Sunday looks good. I'm focused on the positive, man. The silver lining.
Games might have to be postponed. Who knows?
Really? Will they postpone a game if rain is too bad? If it's just rain, if it's not lightning or thunder, they'll still postpone a game.
Oh, wow.
Ew.
Yeah, and that's too bad because we only have so much time we can enjoy being outside before we're all stuck in the library studying for finals.
Yeah, that's true. Approaching dead week very quickly.
And for the people camping out tonight, luckily those winds will slow down so no one will be getting blown away like I was getting blown away on my way to class today, which I'm sure a lot of people were.
No kidding.
Well, that's all for BG24 News tonight.
Check out these stories and more content on youtube.com/BG24 News.
And check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and now Instagram.
And tune in to tomorrow's Producers Panel show at 5:30 where we'll have more coverage on Dance Marathon. From everyone at BG24 News, I'm Brooke Ebersole with Alana Nussel, Toby Fleming, and Taylor Irvin. Have a good night, everyone.